Welcome back to my Japan Pokemon card adventure. Today I am with my friends in Ogaki. I lived in Ogaki for almost 2 years between 2018 and the start of 2020. We started out our day at Aqua Walk, which is a giant mall right in the middle of Ogaki. This is the mall I'd go to get my groceries and anything else that I needed. It also has a big play center in which I won some very cool prizes when I first lived here, including a giant Lapras.
Ogaki really needed one of these. Oh heck yeah, look at this.
When I lived here, this mall didn't have a card shop in it, and a lot of malls in Japan do have card shops in them. They tend to be a bit more overpriced, so just be aware if you're going into a bigger mall, sometimes they will be a bit more expensive, and I definitely found that here. I don't think I ended up picking up any cards from this one. Because it was newer, you're going to get a lot more modern cards. So if you're looking for certain modern cards, certain trainers, full arts, alt arts, then it could be a place to check it out. Maybe you'll find a deal, but for me, looking for those key deals and hidden gems and vintage cards, this was a hilarious little Pokemon pop-up, but it was by a phone company from Japan. So they had all these very cool prizes. Now you can see my friends. Hi friends.
All right, everybody wave hello.
Shout out to William, Julian, and Chris. I love you guys. I hope you're doing amazing, and I missed you. I was so happy to get to see you guys. I left Japan on March 26th, 2020. I left because they were closing borders. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep working, and so I came back to Canada. So when I left Japan, we kind of just waved goodbye and went on our ways. There wasn't really an ending. So this was really wonderful for me to get to go back to the city that I lived in, experience it again with my friends, and go back to all of our old stomping grounds. We're going to check out some card stores now. Some of the places that I went to constantly when I lived here. Now these are all in and around Ogaki, and I would walk to these or I'd cycle to these, and this one used to be really good. It's another one of those ones that had a lot of cool stuff, but the prices just weren't there this time. So we headed down south a little bit to this book off. This book off was where I found hundreds of promo cards for like 10 cents each when I lived in Japan, and I picked up so many. I have so many of them still from this specific book off. They have modernized a little bit more. Their prices are a bit more up to date. A lot of the book offs are connected to each other. I think most of them are, and so prices are regulated at like a national level, but you can sometimes catch book offs before they've changed prices or updated things, and that's when you could find a really good deal. They had some amazing cards in here for being a book off. Then we went over to Ogaki Castle. So this is the tiny little castle right in the middle of Ogaki. This is the entire stairwell up to it, and then you get the actual castle itself. Here's me talking about it. I don't even know what I was saying. I didn't have my microphone on, and I knew I was going to voice over this. We've got the statue with the horse, and then you get to see my friends again. So this was a really wonderful day, seeing some little card shops, going back to the places that we had been when I lived here, and it was nice hanging out with friends. We dropped Chris and Julian off at home, and William and I went on to a couple more card shops. We checked out a few more things. This one had some very good prices actually, but the best thing I found was this Feraligatr. It's a little rubber one, and I don't know exactly what it's for. It's not like a pencil end or anything like that, but I definitely picked up this Feraligatr to add to my collection. Here are the sealed and vintage cards that I have found here. As you can see, they have walls full, which are like a lot of the shops we've been to, and it was a great experience going to this shop. I really enjoyed it. Up next, we have some Pikachus. As you can see, these are lovely promo Pikachus and vintage Pikachus. The shop had a lot of selection, so it was a nice little stop at the end of our day. But then we went to another card shop. How we cannot stop going to card shops. William and I are Pokemon maniacs. Well, he's not into Pokemon, but you know what? He loves magic, so we both get stuff out of it. This shop had these super cool displays that were so well lit. I really enjoyed this. And it also had the most bulk cards I have seen in any store. This is in the middle of Ogaki, like in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know how long it would take you to get there by transit. And they had all these beautiful displays, all the modern cards, they had vintage cards, they had art rares. I'm pretty sure I picked up a 151 Squirtle and Bulbasaur. I might have picked up multiples because they were like 190 or 200 yen. They were super reasonable. Really enjoyed the shop. The bulk bins were overwhelming. The bulk bins had so many things that I scanned through them, but it seemed like this was a very well organized shop. As you can see, all of these cards are gorgeous. They're all wonderful vintage. Here's some more vintage art rares, some alternate arts, shinies, promos, a little bit of everything here. And I love seeing this because this is where you can find the deal, something that hasn't been updated on price but has been blowing up, especially recently in our Pokemon card market where things are harder and harder to find. I bet you some of these shops haven't updated all of their prices. So if you are going to Japan, definitely take a look through all of those. Oh, here's the bulk. Here's the bulk. I've distracted myself. Look at how many bulk bins there were. Like, I think 3 of these full things were Pokemon, and I didn't even know where to start. This shop had one of the coolest displays for boxes. It actually had them all in order. So you can see these are all the booster boxes. They are just out on the shelf. Most of the time they're behind the desk with the till. This one had them all out and all of them in order, and I love their display of this. I had so much stuff already, and so I didn't pick up any of these booster boxes, but we ended the day by going and getting some more sushi. I love Sushiro. You're gonna get like 30 seconds of sushi B-roll here. I hope you're ready for this. It's just all sushi for the next 30 seconds. Shout out to the lady in the back. I'm sorry I filmed you. I hopefully you see this video and you become famous off of it. So much sushi, so much sushi. I'm gonna leave that in the edit. You can laugh at me. Let's do it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a bit of a different one. I voiced over a lot of it, but I was hanging out with my friends, so I didn't end up using my microphone at all today. So a huge shout out to William and my Ogaki friends, specifically William, for letting me crash at his place for a couple nights. I really appreciated that. By being able to stay at William's place, I was able to travel for a little bit longer. You save a little bit of money here and there. So William, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. The next morning, I got a train. And I'm headed to one of my favorite cities in all of Japan. That's right, we are headed to Kyoto. Kyoto is one of my favorite cities of all time. It's changed a lot since I had been there before. I went multiple times when I lived in Japan, and it's changed drastically. And you will see that in next week's video. You will see that. I just have to tell you about this Pikachu and Sceptile right here. This Pikachu is a Tommy Pikachu. That is $1,500 for the Pikachu. The Sceptile was $400. Now, the Sceptile was from a 2004 Pokemon Center campaign, and the other Tommy Pikachu was like from 1998. I can't believe plushies are $400 and $1,500. This book off was right in the middle of Kyoto, and I have never seen higher prices. We were just talking about National setting a price for everything. This is one of those shops where it just didn't make sense. The prices were so crazy, and it's probably because it is downtown Kyoto. It is so expensive. They have to pay more in rent. They have to pay more in whatever. And that's why I headed to get some fantastic socks as gifts for friends, and that was the end of my day in Kyoto. Now, next week, next Saturday, there's going to be a full Kyoto video coming out. So I hope you are liking these videos. I hope you're subscribed. We are going to do an essential Kyoto, checking out every single card shop we can in one day. I think I ended up going to like 10 card shops in a day. So just like our Osaka trip. So please make sure your bell notification's on for that. I am so excited to show you that video. Let's go. This has been a great one. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I will see you later for Alligator. Happy Pokemon Day, by the way. Oh yeah, it was that. Okay, cool. Bye.